Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to IWA Warroom, episode 66. I am your host, Larry. So I'm going to let you know what's going down with IWA. I'm going to go over the dogfight premiere show that took place, which was a pretty epic show. But we're going to be having a redo show, which I also have listed here. And you'll understand where that comes into play. So starting with the IWA dogfight premiere. Ricky Souza versus Carino, where Carino walked away victorious. Flight Risk, Carter Haas and Aiden Adams versus the Dark Side, Truth and Havoc, where Flight Risk walked out victorious. Champion of the North match for the Championship of the North. Big C versus the champion Alexander the Judge, where Big C walked out the new champion. Jin versus War Maiden, where War Maiden walked away victorious. The Standard, Tucker Watson, Pierre Stone versus the Demonic Brothers, Monster and Demon, where the Standard walked away victorious. Athena versus Miss Murder, with Miss Murder walking away victorious. Flash versus Primetime JoJo, where Flash walked away victorious. IWA Legacy Championship, The Mighty versus the champion KD, where KD retained the gold. Falls Count Anywhere, Goliath versus Ricky Bays, where Ricky Bays walked away victorious. That was the first IWA dogfight premiere, but it's going to be redone due to certain situations, but you'll understand where that comes into play. But this was the Vertigo premiere now. Backstage Brawl, No Amusement and Crazy 8 versus the Hatchet Hooligans, Joker and Saturn, where Crazy 8 and No Amusement walked away unscathed. But no easy task. It was a brutal one backstage. Violet Grimm versus Marie Megan, with Marie Megan walking away victorious. Ladder match for Breakout Tag Team Bragging Rights. The Beast versus The Reason, with The Beast walking away victorious. Women's Tag Title Contenders Skirmish. I'm just going as it was labeled. Just letting you guys know what it said on the actual card. Winners are number one contenders to get a title shot. If Las Madrinas win, they pick the match stipulation against the team last eliminated and defend. Mother Russia and Heidi Kloss versus Pinky and Candy versus Chanel Baltimore and Tori Lynn versus Las Madrinas, where Las Madrinas walked away victorious. KO match, The Reaper, Scott Stevenson versus the Phantom Eddie Walker, where the Reaper, Scott Stevenson, walked away victorious. Fatal 4-way elimination skirmish. Winner chooses stipulation for the title match. If Mona wins, she gets to pick the match stipulations for the last one eliminated on her next defense. Mona C versus Teresa versus Sinister Sky versus Angelina Castro, where Angelina Castro walked away victorious. 6-man elimination tag. Seth Valentine, Jordan Sparks, and SSR, aka Sir Scott Ryan, versus Baron Kromke versus Klaus Kruger versus Amir Salani, where Jordan Sparks, SSR, and Seth Valentine walked away victorious. Steel Cage, Wes Grimm and Harnage Grimm versus MG and Mr. NKA, the North Korean assassin, where where MG and the North Korean assassin walked away victorious. Sorry about that. 2 out of 3, Ricky Bays versus the Dog, Rob Anderson, where Ricky Bays walked away victorious. Fatal 4-way, Fuck Norris versus Big Lou versus Chambers versus Mr. Murder, where Mr. Murder walked away victorious. Wild Cards versus the Freeman family, where the Wild Cards walked away victorious. And in the main event, Steel Cage, Big Bad Baby Daddy versus Ranger Rogue, where Ranger Rogue walked away victorious. Now, for the new IWA official dogfight premiere, this is what is lined up. In case anything changes, cards are subject to change. Champion of the North for the Championship of the North. Steel Cage, No Escape. Ooh. So that means pins, submissions, and possible knockouts. I really don't know other than it's No Escape. Sinister versus the champion Big C. Number one contenders match between the Standard and Top Flight. Winning team earns a future number one contender spot for the U.S. title between Jen and Raven Grimm versus War Maiden and Goddess. So the winning team will go on to face for the U.S. title, I would assume a triple threat, unless they both get, equal shots or something like that. We'll see. The Badass John Wigginton versus Brick Savage. Ricky Souza versus Leo Blade. No DQ Wildman versus Mighty. 2 out of 3 triple threat Duke Tyler versus Buster Anderson versus Flash. Mona C versus Athena, and in the main event, if Lewis wins, he will face the winner between Leo Blade and KD at the following dogfight show, KD versus Lewis West. There we go. The next show for Vertigo that is lined up. The Reason versus the Echoes of Chaos. Special guest referee match for MG. He will be refereeing for Dex Michaels versus Harnage Grimm. Chambers versus Mike Howard versus Logan Slater in a triple threat. Number 1 contenders match, Sky Ann Allen versus Raven Grimm versus Angela West versus War Maiden. Seth Valentine versus Gavin Ash. Number 1 contenders match, Fatal 4-Way, Scott Stevenson versus Blade versus Big Lou versus Ivy Lowe. Las Madrinas versus Pinky and Candy. Number 1 contenders match, Goddess versus Heidi Kruger versus Chanel Baltimore versus Sinister Sky Michaels. U.S. title number 1 contenders match, SSR versus Ricky Bays. The Dog, Rob Anderson versus OG Bishop Freeman. And in the main event, IWA Cruiserweight Championship on the line, Jordan Sparks versus the champion, Deuce Sparks. Stay tuned for that, y'all. Great stuff coming up. Stay tuned for that. Also, go check out the Death Row Roadhouse tonight with Logan Slater, Mitchie Blaze, and their special guests, Michael Kruger, and of course, Fat Squirrel. That's what I have to go over here at the moment. See y'all next time. Have a great day. Good night. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Y'all may be. Peace out.